Welcome to the Startup Leader Show, where we learn lessons from leading startup founders and executives. I am your host, Lisa Dreher, and I'm really excited to introduce our guest for today, Omar Qaise. He is the founder and CEO of OQ Technology. Welcome to the show, Omar.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Thanks for hosting us, and it's a pleasure to meet you again.
Yeah, it's so great to have you back because OQ Technology has done so much since the last time we spoke. So maybe you can start by giving us a little bit of background on yourself and OQ Technology.
Thanks again. So, OQ Technology is the world's first satellite LEO operator that is providing narrowband 5G Internet of Things connectivity globally. We started back in 2016 in Luxembourg, and since then we have been expanding globally. We actually have now satellites in orbit. We're serving customers. We closed our Series A funding round and with two big investors, 5G Ventures and WAD Aramco Ventures, which is the venture arm of Aramco, the world's largest oil and gas company. And we have now companies in Saudi Arabia, in addition to in Luxembourg, in Greece, also in UAE and in Rwanda. And we are serving customers globally. And we are in a very fast pace now to launch more satellites, and we're growing. And so indeed, since last time we spoke, a lot happened at OQ Technology.
Wow, amazing. So tell me a little bit about what it takes to develop the world's first 5G IoT satellite constellation.
I think the first thing, most important thing, is really a vision into the future, because when we started back in 2016, there were a lot. Satellite IoT was really new. A lot of machines, sensors, devices, studies predicting like billions of devices need to be connected, and satellite plays a big part in that. But however, you had like a lot of different technologies, a lot of different players, just emerging, and it's like the moment where you bet on the horse and you hope it's the right horse. And we were like, okay, if we're gonna start this, which direction we're gonna go? You've got proprietary technologies, you've got some kind of technologies where they seem to be standardized, but they are not really globally standardized, like LoRa, Sigfox, and then there was this thing which was narrowband IoT, which is it was just came out under the 3GPP group, which standardizes all the mobile communication. And that's actually the standard that is also adopted in 5G for machine communication. And then we start thinking, why don't we do something new? In order to be scalable, let's adopt a standard technology opposite to what have been always done in the satellite industry, where each satellite operator, they use their own proprietary technology, hardware, and they try to build an ecosystem from scratch. And that's what actually limits scalability and makes satellite service and devices expensive. So we said, okay, let's bring the cellular technology into orbit with nano satellites, very low cost, easy to build and deploy in orbit, and provide such a service for sensors, devices, and machines. And year after year, we saw that now release 17 3GPP actually standardized non-terrestrial communication of 5G, both narrowband and broadband in orbit for satellites. So and then you saw other standards start to, like Sigfox, kind of faced some issues, difficulties. LoRa, I mean, it's kind of, at least from my impression, in a decline. We hear about security issues. So, I mean, it's like when mobile technology first started, there were different standards, different technology, different play, and then it came down into one global standard that everyone used. So we saw this. So that's I think, the first thing. The other thing is, of course, you need a great team and great partners. This has been also very instrumental in our success. And of course, number three, is the regulatory support, which is very important also in the satellite business. Number four is, well, I should have put this number one, funding. That's important also. And I think five, some luck. Yeah.
Ah, so talk a little bit about what OQ technology is doing different when it comes to 5G mobile satellite connectivity.
So the first thing is really we are trying to focus our the whole infrastructure, the solution towards narrowband communication. So we are like not in the broadband business where other players are, whether it's legacy or new players, because that requires really a very huge infrastructure, a lot of investment. We're trying to build an infrastructure that is really dedicated for sensors, devices, tracking, machines, which is actually like you have billions of such assets that require connectivity in remote areas. And this is actually when we build the infrastructure and the technology and everything around that concept, that really helps to deliver very high quality of service to our end customers, instead of, let's say, having a big beast that can do everything. We kind of create something which is dedicated for one application. And I always like to bring this example. When Planet Labs started, is like you did have very strong Earth observation, high resolution satellites and companies, but and these guys were using nano satellites with not very high resolution, but the information you need, for example, for a farmer, you don't need a big telescope. You just need to know the color, and is it dark, is it light, okay, is it rainy, and that was enough to sell such data. And the same we're trying to do with our satellite IoT connectivity. So that's one thing. The other thing is we're following a standard. This is how we're different from others. So that's already sets us apart from a lot of legacy operators. Even in the spectrum that we pursue, it is the standardized spectrum for NTN. That's where we are going. The third thing is, of course, we kind of ahead of a lot of the new players in this arena by already having satellites in orbits, having patents, having spectrum access, and having actually customers. Like, and when we say by customer, we're not talking about, let's say, non-binding type of customer. No, really paying customers. We're just after closing a Series A, got into the commercial phase, and we're growing. I think that's what makes us different.
That is so exciting. So, what are some of the first use cases that are using your technology?
So I think enterprise applications in remote or rural areas is one of the key verticals for us. Because a lot of companies have operations in such areas where connectivity is very bad, or there's no infrastructure at all, or there is like the investment into building infrastructure is not justified. It will be too expensive. And we're trying to gather these cases. So especially in the energy sector, that's a very important sector for us, where there are a lot of applications in the upstream and the midstream, and to some extent the downstream energy sectors. And that includes also utilities, of course. Logistics is also a very big sector for us, which really requires very low cost tracking service and hardware. And thirdly is of course agriculture. This is very massive arena where satellite IoT plays actually a very big role.
Wow, that's great. So I see that you have several patents. Can you talk a little bit about the patents that you have around your technology and solutions?
So the patents, actually, we filed 7 patents in the United States and they in the European Union. They are related to the methodology and the system of enabling narrowband IoT over non-terrestrial network, whether that's a satellite or a HAP or a drone, and really there are very specific aspect there that we need to resolve in order to allow 5G Internet of Things over satellite. So the claims so 3 patents out of the 7 already granted by the United States Trademark and Patent Office. And we're waiting for the others in the European Union also, that it's the same with the European Patent Office, the same. We are in the process. And I mean, the US, they've been very active in the questions and the discussions, so we managed to answer to that quickly. And that's really so one is, for example, is related to the ones that were granted to how you save energy on the devices to wake up and sleep and exchange data with the satellites over narrowband IoT channels. The other two, which are very, very important, are regarding the frequency and timing synchronizations, how you synchronize, and then the rest is more like system aspects and also localization, and like this is something very powerful for us.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations on
Yes.
receiving the patents that you have so far, and more to come, right?
Yes. So yes, exactly. So as we move on, also we're that we can patent later on, and it's a very powerful tool. You can't tell people just go Google and our patents, and you'll find that.
Yes. Yes. Exciting. So I also saw that you are working quite a bit with the European Space Agency and the Luxembourg Space Agency. How important have those relationships been to getting your 5G IoT constellation off the ground?
Sorry, can you repeat? I think I had some disconnection. Can you repeat the question?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So I saw you were working with the European Space Agency and Luxembourg Space Agency. And I just wanted to have you talk a little bit about the importance of those relationships in getting the 5G IoT constellation off the ground.
Yes, actually, our partners, Luxembourg Space Agency and the European Space Agency, have been very instrumental in that. These relationships are very important because in a space, in the space industry, especially for startup, you need such partners at the beginning. Space is very capital intensive, so you need such partners who can really provide the excellence and the proof for your technology, but also for your business case, to prepare you and help you later for the market, and to mature your technology so you can access the market and then raise private funding. So they've been very helpful to us, but not also in Europe only. I mean, I think this is a key in the space industry, like the private and government sectors are close to each other. So we're also close to the Saudi Space Commission and the Communication, Space and Telecommunication Commission in Saudi Arabia, also with the Rwandan Space Agency, with the UAE Space Agency. This is actually very important wherever we go, also to understand the ecosystem, the regulatory requirements, the technology requirements, and also help with the expansion.
Great, great. How did you originally get connected with these organizations?
So I used to work a long time ago at the European Space Agency, and then when I was working at SES in Luxembourg, I actually so the company actually started back in 2016. So I reached out to the personnel who are responsible for space in government, and I pitched my idea, and they were helping me also to link me to the people responsible for the process in the European Space Agency, and that actually how it started. And of course, I was able to show the traction both on on business side and technology side, the concept, which was, and we speak the same language, both in business and technology and space. So it was really helpful. And yeah, that's has been one of the key aspects that helped us at the beginning. Yeah.
Amazing. So, how many satellites do you guys have up right now?
So we have three right now in orbit, but we actually already manifesting now seven to be launched this year. So we want to reach a target of 10. And we are actually accelerating the plan to look into deploying more satellites also. We are in a very fast pace now to build the whole network and have semi-real-time coverage everywhere. That's our target right now.
Wow, amazing. So, what geographies are you focused on right now? Are there certain geographies, or where is your coverage?
Yeah, so we have I mean, the coverage is global, but we're focusing, let's say, on areas where we see a lot of traction, a lot of customer requests, especially enterprise customer requests, large requests. This is where we put the effort because we're as a company, we don't want to stretch our effort everywhere. We want to focus. We want to build a model where we can replicate this also everywhere. So Middle East is a key market for us, and also Australia is a key market for us. Africa is a key market for us. These are the key markets where we are targeting right now on the short term. Of course, there are other markets that we are also looking at and starting to access, but we want to be successful and serve the companies and the people in need in the markets that reach out to us and they have an urgent need in large scale. This is where we are going in order to help the companies and the people in these countries.
Very exciting. Okay, so what's next for OQ Technology? What's coming up?
So I think there will be a lot of big press releases about our progress, our launches, our collaborations. So I'm really excited, and now with all this interest that you see, I mean, I'm in Mobile World Congress this week in Barcelona, and like satellite is a big part today of that show. You wouldn't see this years ago, but now with this, all the direct to mobile phone communication through satellite, SMS over satellite, Internet of Things over satellite, the chips available now for that. It's really a new era, very exciting for the space and the satellite industry. So I'm really excited to this year to be part of that and also contribute to it. So that's what I look for.
Very exciting. Okay, so if somebody wants to learn more about OQ Technology, what should they do?
I would say feel free to reach directly to me, either through our website or through LinkedIn or Twitter. But also, we will be soon opening our pilot program for early adopters who would like to join the program and start seeing how the services, which we already ran demos with big clients and they were successful. We can do this also for any customer who's interested, and we will be soon announcing this program on our website, and everyone can contact us to participate in it.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here today with me and for sharing all of these updates. I am so excited about the work your organization is doing. So thank you, Omar.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Really, thanks a lot, and I look forward to see you again and be in your show again. And I always follow your show. I'm really excited about it, and I look forward also to more episodes.
Excellent. Well, hopefully we'll have you on again and you can talk about your 10 plus satellite constellation and all the new applications that are going to be running on your constellation.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.